And we discussed personnel, collective bargaining, received much information on facility possible updates, and also information on our ESSCR grant funding, and also discussed our increase in the budget.
We need roll call.
Okay. I gotta sign here. Brett, see me later. Okay, now I'm gonna start the,
Pledge allegiance.
yes, I haven't got that for you. Where's my, Brett, could you give me this later?
Yes, I did.
Here's my agenda. Okay, and I'm gonna start the, August 14th, 2023, Penn Trafford School Board reading order of the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Lego, roll call.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Mrs. Issing.
Here.
Dr. Klein.
Present.
Mr. Kachasik is absent. Dr. Koshjo. You're present.
Here. I'm sorry, here.
That's okay.
Apologize. Carrie,
Mr.
yes.
Leonard.
Here.
Mr. Matarazzo.
Here.
Mr. Nemec is absent. Mr. Petrucci.
Here.
And Mr. Stovar is absent. But you have a quorum, Mr.
Thank you.
President. You're welcome.
Mr. Lego. Information, Dr. Harris?
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Petrucci. 1 week from today, the teachers will be back in service. The topics will include AI, introducing Play, which is the new professional development system from the IU, Act 55 safety and identifying drug awareness, reading analysis for grades 1 and 2, and math in grades 5 through 12. So we have a variety of topics on that day, in addition to the topics they do at the schools on Tuesday and Wednesday by the principals. The Drama Club already has dates for auditions for both the fall play and the spring musical, as well as dates for both shows listed near the auditorium and drama hallway. They have not yet announced the titles for the shows, but they are always choosing something great. The rest of the sports season started tonight. Last week I advertised that it was boys golf and football that started last week, so the rest of the sports and everything is now up and under the way. And of course our band, they had a band camp, and I gave an update last week about them as well. The prospectus is going to be sent out this Thursday with all of our major updates for the new school year. I will send it out Thursdays, as 1 week away from the first day of school. Parents should have received their bus postcards for transportation for the school year, either Saturday or today. I did have a few calls, so if you have questions or concerns, please contact First Student or one of your building principals or myself. We still have a need for some paraprofessionals, or PCAs. So if you are interested in a position, please email me or Peggy Julianne. We have about 5 throughout the district that we still need to be filled. Is that correct, Denise? Dr. Kubistek?
That's correct.
That is correct. Thank you. Or you could contact Dr. Kubistek. The Penn Trafford Community Education Foundation received grants in the amount of $7,000 this summer, which goes towards items to use in the classroom for teachers and students. Please check out their website, as their foundation is having the Night of the Races event on September 30th. That is all I have to share.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Harris. Thank you. No visitors, correct?
No visitors this evening. Mr.
You know what,
President.
I did forget that we had a Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting, and I wanted just to go over the topics. I am
sure, good.
I'm sorry, that was a meeting prior to the board meeting. It was an advertised meeting where we had to discuss the status of projects that were board approved during the summer. We were talking about the parking lights at the high school. I know they was down during a storm, so we were just talking about prevention from having that happening again. We have ESSER funds that we need to complete by September 2024, and the projects we're focusing on is the money towards boilers, and we have a plan in that place for that. We talked about a drama club requested items to have matching funds, and we just need more information. We talked about video cameras, and Mr. Ingles, do you want to kind of say where we are at this point? Because I think you're doing a great job with this so far.
Yeah, we have 3 quotes, and we're analyzing them right now. We're setting up some cameras so that the principals can look at the software and see which ones work the best for us. And we're getting an assessment of the installation fees. We don't know what the cost for installation is, so we have some of the installers looking at the facility to see what those costs would be. So getting closer and closer to making some decisions, so hopefully we can wrap this up next month.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate all your work. Mr. Hetrick, I know you're going to do a demonstration for us on the lights for the stadium right after the stadium, after our meeting, so
Yes.
that is good, and you're all ready to go for that?
Yes, anybody that would like to join us, I'm gonna show our new lights in the stadium, you're more than welcome to come for the show.
A light show.
Do you have anything else that you want to share or update about?
As you mentioned earlier, all the sports are up and running today, and if anybody's looking for any information, it can all be found at our website at ptwarriors.org.
Okay, thank you.
How many are on for soccer, and how many are on for football?
I was just showing Mr. Coscio, we have over 1,000 signups on Family ID right now for fall sports from middle school through high school.
That's good, very good.
Mr. Hendrick, you mentioned about parking passes. Is everything done?
Parking passes, we're up and running. Pickup starts next Monday. That is all, information's on the website as well. And there's a couple left, but it's open to all juniors and seniors. And pickup and times all start next Monday, the 21st.
There are some available, so if it,
There's a couple left, but there's always parking for those that don't get in. I mean, the parking is available in the Warrior Center, and there's a daily shuttle as well.
and what's the cost for a parking pass for a student?
$75. Goes all back to student activities.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As the year goes on, more kids qualify due to the age, because right now it's you need the age to have your driver's license. It just seems like as the birthdays happen, more and more kids come forward with the parking pass. But that is all I have officially now, Mr. Petrucci.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, now, everybody had a chance to go through the agenda. I would now like to, is there anybody who wants anything removed from the agenda? Any board member have anything removed from the agenda? Okay, I will now entertain a motion to accept, this all done right there, to consent all the, for consent for the items on the agenda. Need a motion?
Motion.
Motion by
I'll make
Mr.
the
Leonard, any second?
Second.
Second?
Tony.
Tony? Okay. Any question on motion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Now please turn to page 16. I think this is Dr. Costo, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to approve the fall athletic positions and full-year extracurricular positions. New employment is contingent upon the receipt of all necessary documentation and the acceptance of the Act 34, 151, Act 114 waivers from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania within 30 days. Copy of the extracurricular positions will become an official part of the minutes of the meeting.
Okay. I have a motion by Dr. Costo. Any second on the motion?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leonard. Any question on motion?
Question?
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
That'll be all, Mr.
All
President.
right,
Thank you.
thank you, Dr. Costo. Personnel curriculum, Mr. Kuchasik isn't here, this goes to Mr. Leonard. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do have a couple motions, and the first motion is to employ a list of personnel, of which there are 58. I'm not gonna read the list, but it's part of the permanent record, unless anybody prefers for me to read those 58 names and positions. But the motion is to employ 58 new employees. Employment is contingent upon the receipt of all necessary documentation that will include clearances, Act 34, Act 151, Act 114 from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania within 30 days.
Okay, and if I'm looking at the numbers here correctly, we have 58. Is that correct?
Yeah, that includes all of our SLAs, our special ed SLAs, our super subs, our tutors, additional hires, in some other areas, such as we had some extra PCAs hired at the last teacher fair, and Denise found additional ones that interviewed.
Okay, all right, now, Mr. Leonard made the motion, all 58. Are there any second on the motion?
I'll second.
Second by Dr. Klein. Any question on motion?
Question?
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
And I kind of want to jump in there on Mr. Leonard just for 1 second. Last week, we were able to hire the last of our full-time teachers, and 2 of them were on either vacation or had actually another item that evening. So I just wanted to make sure the board was able to meet them and the public who was watching. First of all was Teresa Jasowitz. If you can come up to the podium. Teresa's going to be teaching grade 5 at McCullough Elementary School, teaching reading language arts. You want to just give us a 30-second background?
Thank you so much for passing that motion last week. I really appreciate all that you've done to support me here in the district. I came from McKeesport. That's where I started my career as a first grade student teacher, and then I was contracted to teach 2nd and 4th grade for several years, actually for a few years. Then I stayed home for some time with my own children, as I had 3 children. Navigated through that. We moved to the Irwin area. My own children are in Hempfield. So I was doing some subbing and some CIAing for them, which is a curriculum instruction assistant for their district as well. And then I did go on to fulfill 3 long-term sub positions for them in both math and science in 5th grade. And so I joined the Warrior team a couple years ago here as an online tutor, and was fortunate enough to be able to be an SLA last year and half of the year prior, and so I'm very grateful to be able to move into your 5th grade. It'd be so nice to have many people
My son's in her
I've
class.
met. Yes, it's very nice to meet everybody. So I appreciate all of that. Mhm. Your grandson?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So
Where'd you go to school? College, where's your college? College background?
my college background, absolutely. I had my bachelor's of science degree from Penn State University. So that's where I have a K-6 elementary degree. Then a little further down the road, after I had my own children and taught for a while, I went back and had have my master's from California University. And so I am certified to teach special education from K-12 as well. So.
Well, thank you.
What have you noticed thus far about getting on full-time? Noticed anything special about it from your other experiences?
I'm sorry, you're
Have you
saying?
noticed anything, special, different now that you're on the full-time team? You made first string, that's what we're saying, so. Notice any difference?
Any difference from district to district?
Well, no, from just
Oh my
being
gosh,
hired.
I found a piece of paradise here. I'm so thrilled to be
We
here.
appreciate that.
I really, really am. It's been so nice to be just part of a team in a district that wants to see everybody succeed. And it's been wonderful to have such professional support. So I thank you.
Well, welcome. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
And then we also have Susie, I'm going to say this right, Schornell? Good job. Got it. She's actually taken over for our guidance counselor at Penn Middle School, and I'd like to thank Mr. Simpson, the principal, for coming out and supporting her. Susie, do you want to give us a quick background?
Yeah, so I graduated from Cal U in 2018 with my Bachelor's of Science in 7 to 12 biology. I went back to school. I just earned my master's this past August of last year in school counseling, K to 12. And I've taught at Turkey Foot Valley School District for the past 5 years. So I was their science teacher, so I taught grades 7 to 12, all different areas of science, and just ready to move into the school counseling field.
That's great. And you also have some experience at Turkey Foot too with counseling?
Yeah. So Turkey Foot's a very small district, so we are actually all one building. We have one school counselor for the district, and I did my internship there. So I worked with preschool all the way up to 12th grade, and I even worked with the littles, so the primary grades. I taught specials for them. That was definitely a culture shock, moving from high school age kids all the way down to preschool, but it's great.
Did you get your counselor from Cal U as well?
I did, yes.
They're gonna be at Penn Middle.
Yes.
I don't know if you're aware of this, they got a pretty tough principal out there, so I don't know if it'll be easy to work with or not.
Oh, yeah, I've heard.
You've heard?
He's kind of scary, but I think I'll manage.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. I
Nice
really
to have you.
appreciate
Welcome.
it. All right, then I'll turn it back to Mr. Leonard for B.
One more item, Mr. Leonard.
Okay. For B, I'm
Yes, okay. I would like to move to accept the following retirement resignation. Donna Burgess, custodian at Sunrise Elementary School, effective August 10th, 2023.
I have a motion, any second for the motion?
Second.
Second, Dr. Costa, any question on motion?
Question.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
We appreciate Donna, and I'm glad she gets a chance to retire. She hasn't actually been with us too long, but it was nice to have her for the time she was here, always pleasant and always did a nice job, so thanks, Donna.
Okay, solicitors report?
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have a report, just wishing PT a good start to your school year.
Thank you. And now entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion?
Motion by Mr. Leonard,
Second.
second by Dr. Costo. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Very nice meeting. Sorry for the delay, but there were some important things we had to discuss.
Thank you very much.